The next part of Access Project 4 involves creating a new report, and a number of ways to do this, but I'm going to do the way the book talks about it, and I'm going to click on the book rep table, and then I'm going to click on create, and I'm going to create a report using what's called the report wizard. When I click on that, it's going to bring up a window that lets me pick which fields I want to include in my report. So first thing is I'm going to make sure I have the book rep table selected, and I'm going to follow along the way they have in the book and get the fields put in the correct way. On figure 429, they use book rep number, and then they put first name and then the last name. Next thing I'll do with this screen still open, I'm going to change my table to customer. And under customer, I'm going to add the following fields. I'm going to add customer number, customer name, amount paid, and current due. So in essence, what I did, I've pulled fields from two different tables together to create one report. I'm going to hit my next button. Now on here you can actually sort it by a couple of different ways. I'm going to have it selected for the top, which is by book rep. Go next. On this I'm going to keep it as it is and go next. On this we're going to sort this by customer number. And we need to do one other step on this part here is under summary options. We're going to check the sum options for both of these. And this is on figure 4-33 if you're following along in the book. And I'm going to keep this as it is there. I'm going to go to next. I'm going to make this landscape and keep it stepped. Go to next, and we're going to change the name of this report from what they give us the default to say customer by book rep. So a way I can do that is by book rep. And finish, and now it'll bring up our finished report, which looks pretty decent. We need to do a little bit of cleaning up though. Make sure yours should look somewhat like figure 4-36 at this point, but we need to, like I said, do some cleanup. This area right here where it says summary for book rep 6 detail, we're going to actually clean that up, and here's what we'll do. I'll close the preview, and it brings it up, and this is what's called design view. So you can actually go back again and look at it in report view. You can go in layout view, print preview view. I'm going to go to design view in this area right here where summary, I'm going to pull this in a little bit. Save it. And I'm going to close it and reopen it. And this again is a report, customer by book rep, and that looks much better. So that's it's good to show. Again, this is in preview mode. I want to mention this just because the book does talk about how this can be done. You can create a report in layout view. Not required, but I'm going to show you anyway because it's kind of an interesting thing. Is if I click on the create tab, I'm going to create a blank report, and notice this report has nothing in it, but you can actually click over here under your field list, and it'll show you all the fields we have available. Now the fields come from the tables, so if you have one table, you don't have the fields from one table. Since we have two, we can pull them from there. So what I could do is, if I want to add kind of create a report this way, I can double click, and my access is just starting and stopping here for some reason. Let's see. Well, that was interesting. Try this again. Create a blank report, and it will put the fields you select in here. So if I want to just select certain fields, it'll put them in there. If you get a field you accidentally put one you don't want, you can right click and you can delete the column. So you can, in essence, on the fly make your own reports. Not required for this again. For this part, all you need to do is have created the customer by book report.